Buffalo's AKG Art Museum is in the spotlight after some employees expressed frustration and they want a union. There was a press conference today. We heard how they plan to expedite the process. Keelan Berrien explains.
We hope that the museum, as a public institution, would respect our right to organize. Their actions have directly contradicted that.
We would like to build this up as not just a pillar for the guests, but for the workers as well.
The AKG Art Museum employees say they've been at odds with leadership since November 16th.
Because of their union busting, we are filing charges with the NLRB.
Charges these employees try to avoid. They and 75 other workers at the museum says they want to establish a union after alleging poor labor practices from leadership.
They can fire Jackson Lewis today. They can sign the fair election principles that were presented to them, and they can agree to an election in a timely manner.
Jackson Lewis is a firm hired by the museum, which employees claim is known for union busting. Workers stood outside the Buffalo AKG Art Museum with signs reading, "Yes, we can," promoting the need for a workers' union. Now, initially, they wanted to have a non-national labor relations board election or have leadership recognize their union. But going back to what Sophie Goodwin in the Visitors Experience Department says,
their actions have directly contradicted that.
So they expedited the process by filing charges. Having a non-NLRB election would allow security guards to be in the union since certain laws under the board excludes them. They want visitor experience, food and beverage, and facility planning inside the union. But in a statement sent by the Art Museum's director, Yanni Syrian, he acknowledges the employees' right to organize a union and agreed on expediting the process. But then he says, in part, we were in the process of drafting an election agreement to be shared with the organizing committee for review and input by January 10th, when we learned yesterday that the organizing committee decided to file an NLRB petition.
And then gave us a date that was significantly further out than it would have been if we were going through the National Labor Relations Board, which is to say that they were attempting to stall. In order to expedite the process for us, we think that going the National Labor Relations Board route is the best because we're guaranteed an election within 21 to 28 days.
Keelan, what do the employees have to say about a huge donor saying that the museum is going to fail if they unionize?
Right. Well, those employees, they kind of dismiss Gunlock's statement. They recognize his contributions that he made towards the museum, but they say he really doesn't know how it is working there on a day-to-day basis. So they kind of feel like his statement will not influence the decision on forming a union there.
It's going to be interesting to see how this actually plays out.
Right.
All right, Keelan, thanks for that report tonight.